Horny college kids out doing what horny college kids do in horror movies decide to break into an abandoned convent where 40 years ago a bloody massacre took place. Want to take a guess what happens next? Well, if you guess that it involves lots of black light and neon demons, but not neon maniacs, unfortunately, then you've clearly already seen Mike Mendez's horror comedy, The Convent. The Convent reminds me of direct-to-video horror movies of the 90s, the kind of stuff that Trimark or Republic Home Video would have put out and you'd have caught on Cinemax at 3 o'clock in the morning. It has that kind of look and feel. All it lacks is a killer doll or a little person in a creature suit. It also goes without saying that Night of the Demons was a big influence on The Convent. The setup, the characters, even some of the camera work. Very Night of the Demons-ish. The Convent doesn't take place on Halloween night, though, so that's different. But what The Convent lacks in originality, it partially makes up for by simply being a fun time. The demon makeups and effects, which largely consist of glowing fluorescent green eyes, teeth the shade of lightning, and lightning bolt-like veins throughout, are pretty cool. The blacklight budget on this movie had to be insane. I wouldn't call The Convent a bloodbath, but there are a couple of cool moments. One involves a vain character losing her most prized possession, her face. We also get a ceremonial dagger forced into a character's eye, unceremoniously, and lots of shotgun blasts and decapitations. And while most of the humor doesn't land at all for me and the characters are pretty weak, the Lords of Hell, Dickie Boy and Saul, more than make up for both. We need a movie starring these two and their ridiculously misguided satanic shenanigans. I mean, my goodness, what a duo. Then there's Adrienne Barbeau, who's a welcome addition to, well, anything. She's at her badass best here, blasting and beheading the devil's disciples while spouting dry one-liners like nobody's business. Bill Moseley and Coolio show up for small roles. From what I understand, Coolio didn't even take the time to learn his lines and just improvised everything. And his improvisational skills, let me tell you, they mostly consist of shouting and calling one character who's clearly Hispanic, white boy. Never question genius. The Convent has some rough spots and it feels a little dated, but it's a fun watch nevertheless. And despite it not taking place on Halloween, it would make a great addition to anybody's Halloween movie watch list. When it comes to this new 4K release from Synapse Films, the ultra high definition definitely makes those neon green demon eyes pop. And it accentuates all the blacklight effects. Aside from that though, I'm not sure a 4K release for this movie was necessary. I compared the 4K with the Blu-ray that's included with this release, and aside from the blacklight effects being accentuated and slightly less murky black levels, I really didn't notice all that much difference between the two. In terms of clarity and detail, they both looked roughly the same to me. As far as audio is concerned, we're treated to a DTS HD Master Audio 5.1 track, which I thought sounded pretty good, but not great. I found that some of the dialogue sounded a little muffled to me, and just the overall sound lacked body. Granted, my setup isn't set up for surround sound. I use a sound bar, so that may have impacted the overall sound quality. Overall, I'd give the picture quality here a 4 out of 5 and the audio quality a 3.5 out of 5. This release comes with a booklet featuring an essay on the film by Corey Dana. The sleeve is reversible. We get some really cool artwork there, and on the reverse, we get some even cooler artwork, which I do believe this was the artwork that was on the limited edition slip. As far as extras are concerned, first up we get a vintage behind-the-scenes featurette, which is 8 minutes and 33 seconds in length. It includes interviews with director Mike Mendez, writer and producer Shaitan Anderson, actors Joanna Canton, Megan Perry, Liam Sullivan, and more. We get a locations featurette in which Mike Mendez leads us on a tour of the filming locations for both The Convent and Killers. It's 14 minutes and 33 seconds in length. We get 31 seconds of deleted scenes, 5 minutes and 54 seconds of Gore outtakes, a still gallery, the original EPK, 2 trailers, and 2 audio commentaries. The first, a cast and crew commentary, and the second, a Lords of Hell audio commentary with Dickie Boy and Saul. It's quite amusing, to say the least. As a matter of fact, it's one of the most entertaining commentaries I've ever listened to. This is a very nice 4K and Blu-ray release for The Convent from the fine folks over at Synapse Films. If you've seen The Convent, please let me know your thoughts on it down in the comments section below. If you like this video, please leave it a thumbs up and share it on social media. If you're not following me on social media, those links are in the description. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care, and until next time, peace. A huge thank you to all my patrons and channel members for your generosity and support. Become a patron today and get early access to videos, have a say in what content appears on my channel, join me for monthly live streams, exclusive watch parties, and more. Become a channel member today and get access to exclusive badges and emotes to use when I stream, as well as members-only watch parties. Both those links are in the description. Say hello to the internet, Jeremy.
Hello to the internet.